Anneliese Dressel of the Health Hub Times Square in Ballincollig joining us on this Monday afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Anneliese.
Good afternoon, Patricia.
And you're very welcome. And I can see everyone's talking about how warm and humid it is at night. It really can be hard to sleep, isn't it? And for the rest of this week, certainly Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, we're looking at high 20s and night times are going to be particularly warm.
Yeah, absolutely, Patricia. Well, particularly warm for the Irish people.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I do remember being in Africa and actually putting cold water on the foam mattress in the hope that it would keep me cool throughout the night. The heat was so intense there. So we're just not used to it, I suppose.
Yeah, keep the window open and...
Yeah, I think, this sounds counterintuitive, Patricia, but actually keeping the curtains closed throughout the day can help because the sun doesn't heat up the rooms as much. So it's actually cooler. The walls of the house internally are cooler. So when it's really hot like that, I keep all my curtains closed during the day and then I sleep with the window wide open and I just go to bed well hydrated.
Yeah,
that's all you can do, really.
Okay, let's get straight into questions. A question, please, for Anneliese. My son gets mouth ulcers. What's the best natural toothpaste and a mouth rinse that I could purchase in a health food shop, please?
So the best, there's lots of different types of toothpastes in a health shop that you can get, but what you're really looking to make sure is that there's no sodium lauryl sulphate, and the majority of toothpastes in a health shop won't have those. So I particularly like the Kingfisher brand. I think it's excellent, and also the Aloe Dent brand is very good. We have a lot of customers for that as well. So any of those toothpastes will work. You can get them with or without fluoride. So if you're worried about fluoride for teeth health, you can buy a natural toothpaste that has fluoride added as well. And then in terms of a mouthwash, there is a lovely mouthwash called Sarakan, Sarakan. It's got xylitol in there, and actually it's a great one to have with you in work as well to rinse out your mouth afterwards, because that xylitol forms a kind of a coating over your teeth that prevents the bacteria from growing on your teeth. So it's really, really good to keep your teeth clean. And I think in Sweden, actually, they give kids a drink of a xylitol after their lunch to keep their teeth healthy. So that's a lovely mouthwash. But my absolute favourite one is the Dr. Clare Mouthwash, because it has myrrh in there and it's just incredibly healing for a sore mouth. Another thing that can help as well with the mouth ulcers, Patricia, is colloidal silver as a spray. Just to spray it onto the mouth, the sores itself, it can keep them from getting infected and it can speed up healing as well.
Okay, when we were talking about people being hot at night, what about people with hot flushes? A question for Anneliese, please. What is the best thing to do for hot flushes related to the dreaded menopause? I have nearly finished a box of Menomim as it was recommended to me, but I'm still getting them quite badly at the moment. Thanking you.
So I think the best for the hot flushes is sage. You can drink it as a tea or you can take it as tablets. Actually, we have a special on this month. We're doing a lot of women's health special offers, Patricia, this month. And the I think it's called Menosan, which is, Menoforce is the name of the tablets, and Menosan are the names of the drops. And we have them on special at the moment. That's the best for sweats. But if you have other menopause symptoms, there's two of them that we find that work really, really well. The first one is the Revive Active MenoActive, and the second one is the NutriAdvanced Mega Mag Perimenopause Support. Now that's a practitioner supplement, so you'd only get that through a practitioner like our shop here. But the MenoActive you'll be able to probably even buy in a pharmacy. And we are getting very good feedback on it, and I've tried it myself and I really like it as well. So any of the three of those would work well. But the other thing I'd suggest too for people with hot flushes and at this time of the year is to bring a bottle around with you of Rosewater and just spray the Rosewater on your body. It's so refreshing. And it does help, that it does help in terms of cooling. So just keep one of those in your bag. You'll buy Rosewater in any health store. Trilogy do an absolutely lovely one. And there's another company, one of my favourite face care product companies. It's actually they're from a mum and daughter team from Middleton, Inner Zen Organics, and they do an absolutely divine spritzer as well that smells heavenly. So use those regularly.
We can all do with that at the moment, I think. All right, and Bernice says, question for Anneliese, please. What type of foods would you recommend for Bernice to take? She needs to increase her vitamin B12 intake.
So vitamin B12 is mainly only found in animal foods. So that's why vegetarians and vegans particularly vegans might be short on it. So in terms of foods, any animal-based food will work. So chicken, turkey, fish, red meat, cheese, eggs, they'll all work very well. Yogurts, they'll all have levels of B12 in there. And if you don't like any of those foods, you can get it in a yeast, a fortified yeast. So you'll buy that in a health store. And then I would recommend that if you're a vegan, to take it as a supplement, because it's unlikely you're going to be getting it regularly. And for some people, they're very poor at absorbing B12. So even if you have all those foods in your diet and your B12 is still low, that's probably genetically you're not capable of absorbing. In that case, I would take a supplement that gets dissolved in the mouth. So Solgar do a nugget that gets dissolved in the mouth, and so do NutriAdvanced. And they get absorbed in the mouth, so they bring your B12 up very quickly.
Okay, dreaded COVID, still with us. Hi, question for Anneliese, please. 3 months ago I got COVID, and from that ended up getting pneumonia. Since then, my hair is falling out. Every time I comb my hair, the comber brush is full of it. Any recommendations? Now, that's really distressing.
Absolutely, but actually not uncommon, Patricia. That's one of the things that I've noticed people saying after COVID is hair. Their hair has gotten very bad and they've lost a lot of hair. And actually, I think that can happen sometimes when you've been very ill. It's almost like the body's got a shock and you do lose hair. So the best thing for thinning hair on the scalp is Nourkrin. It's spelled Nourkrin, and it's a particular type of marine protein that they've patented. Seems to kickstart the hair back into growth phase again. And then just to be on the safe side, I'd also actually take a high dose of biotin with that. So biotin is just actually one of the B vitamins. You're going to need at least 5,000 milligrams. And I take the two for about 2 to 3 months, and that should sort you out. And actually, just speaking of special offers, Patricia, we've also the Nourkrin on special for Women's Month as well, because it is pricey. So that would be your time to pick it up.
Okay, hi, Anneliese. This is Mary in Mallow. Could you please talk about plantar fasciitis and any help and advice, please?
So plantar fasciitis is where you get inflammation of the plantar muscle that kind of fans out over the top of the foot. And you'll get terrible pain when you're walking. And generally they say it's to do with too overwalking or possibly wearing the wrong shoes, but I'm not sure exactly. Some people seem to get it and they have neither of those things. Very difficult one, Patricia, to get on top of. I would definitely recommend a bit of maybe acupuncture or physiotherapy. And then in terms of natural supplements to take, there is one that sorted me out when I thought, now I wasn't diagnosed, but I just thought that I had plantar fasciitis because it felt like I had all the symptoms. And I took a homeopathic remedy called Ruta Grav, and it's spelled Rutagrav. And it worked very well for me within a week. It sorted me out, but I've tried it with variable success really in the shop, Patricia. Some people get a benefit more often than not really. So the other natural supplement you could take would be something like a natural anti-inflammatory, turmeric extract, curcumin or boswellia. And devil's claw is another one particularly good as well for kind of inflammation. So maybe even you could get a devil's claw rub and rub that into the foot as well. And also just even the Voltron gel, it can be good as a natural anti-inflammatory. Rub that in as well.
Okay, final one. What would you recommend for hoarseness and a bit of a cough? It's the relics of a chest infection. I'm taking a honey and lemon drink, but not really catching it.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. So I'd say probably in that case there's 2 throat sprays that I'd recommend. One is the Delish Clare one, which can be harder to get your hands on. And the other one is the Irish Botanica throat coat. And they have lovely marshmallow in there, which is very soothing to sore throats, to the irritated and hot tissue that's been from all the coughing. But what I love about the Delish Clare one is there's also echinacea in there, so it's a great one if you're still a bit of a lingering few symptoms after a sore throat or chest infection or cold.
Okay, listen, have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks, Patricia.
Thanks, Anneliese. That's Anneliese Dressel of the Health Hub, Times Square in Ballincollig.